Good morning. It's 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. I do have to change my little sign there with the cup. It says Eastern Daylight Time. This is Coach Ted coming to you with Coffee with Coach Ted, another edition, Friday morning. I am your ADHD champion. I'm an ADHD life coach, and I help people like you get organized and productive so that you can enjoy life. And today I want to talk about an issue that definitely for many people, many clients, many people I talk with, has a big impact on the enjoyment, difficulties in enjoying life, and that is work and the challenges of work. And that's a big topic, and I wrote topic today. I'm going to be talking about succeeding at work with ADHD. Well, that's a huge topic. Hi, good morning, Sherry. Nice to see you. So I'm going to focus on a couple of case studies, small case studies, particularly having to do with time and boundaries and stress and ADHD. So first situation I want to talk about, Mark, he has two jobs. One is like 4 days a week, and the other one's like a day a week or so. And there's an issue of time and setting boundaries. And talking about just having so much to do and how he's going to do everything and all this stuff, which you and I are very familiar with. And so in talking about first his 4-day week job, finding out that he's working on a project where there's not exactly a project plan. I was talking with him about schedule and deadlines and how do you know what he needed to do when. And it turns out that the guy who's responsible for putting together a project plan, who's not his boss but is somebody else outside his department, hasn't created a project plan. So my client feels like he has to do this work to fill in the gap. That's not his job. And so that was causing him stress, obviously. And concerned about this extra work and how he's going to get it done. And it's like, I had to talk to him and say, Mark, that's not your job. You're doing somebody else's job. You need to go to your boss and say, boss, I can't do my work until I've got this plan that, Joe is supposed to provide for us, rather than him taking it on himself. But that's so typical of those with ADHD. It's like, well, we have to do it all. And of course we have time to do it all, though we have no sense of actually how long things take, how much time we have, what we can get done today, what needs to be put off, etc. All that time stuff. Now, not now, which I've talked about before, and I can talk about again if that's something that interests you. So, and the other thing was around, so there's that. One, he had to stop doing work that wasn't his to do, and he had to communicate with his manager, with his boss about that. And then there was this other job that also had boundary issues. I'm not going that in detail, but sort of setting boundaries with clients who were asking for more than he could deliver, and more that they actually were contracted to provide, stuff like that, and bringing work home. And that's also a theme in both these things. So, so it's a lot about setting boundaries here, setting boundaries with these clients, what he can do and what he can't do, what they've contracted for and what they haven't contracted for, and not keeping things separate and not bringing work home. So when he's home, he's married, he's got two small children. He needs time for them when he's home. So creating boundaries, again, another really challenging issue for those of us with ADHD. And when you've got several things going on, things can bleed one into the other, particularly bringing work home gets in the way of family life and can certainly create tension in the marriage relationship, partner relationship. Okay, so that's Mark. Now we have Eric, and he's a scientist and researcher. Loves what he does. Works in a lab at a major university, and he was complaining about stress. He wanted to know ways to reduce stress. And I asked him, well, what's the best way to reduce stress when you have stress? And he started thinking, it was like a rhetorical question. I knew the answer I was looking for. And the answer was, eliminate the source of stress as best you can. Don't automatically go thinking, how can I deal with stress and what can I do to de-stress? Well, big thing you can do to de-stress is eliminate the source of stress. The source of stress for him was he was taking on too much work, because these projects that were interesting or exciting would come along and he would say, yes, I want to do that. And he's trying to get some help, or that's in the pipeline, supposedly an assistant, but it's not happened yet. And he wondered, why is he stressed? And so, again, about setting boundaries and saying how much he really can do, and as best he can, limiting his commitments to what he really can do, leaving himself time to take care of himself. He's talking about not being able to get exercise. That's a big issue. That's something that's really important for everybody, not just ADHD, but it's particularly important for those of us with ADHD because it is a de-stressor, and it's really good for us. It's good for our brains. So again, talking to them about setting boundaries in terms of what he takes on, in terms of what he can do until he gets the assistance. Talked even about if he gets it, he's working on trying to get funding for another project. I asked him, is there money in that project for another assistant? Because if you're going to take that on, you need that help. You can't do more stuff. And then there's, again, taking work home. He doesn't get home till 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. He has an hour and a half commute. And he tends to then having, there's some stuff he needs to do to plan the next day. It was really limiting work at home. He needs to spend time with his family. He's got two small children who live with him. He's got two older children who live with him part-time. His partner, she gets bent out of shape if he's not available to help out in the house, to help out with the kids, to spend time with her. So again, boundaries. So this is not just about how to succeed at work. Succeeding at work involves managing your time, setting boundaries, knowing how much you can do, and you can't do, communicating with your boss, people around you, keeping your partner or family happy by not bringing work home or limiting that as much as you can. Be very conscious about that. These are all ADHD issues. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. It's 9:40, so I think time to wrap things up. So it's been good to be here with you today. Hope you have a great weekend coming up. Let me mention a couple things before I go. One is my Facebook group, Live Fully with ADHD. I seem to use that everywhere in anything I do. But I welcome you to check us out. We have some interesting conversations going on. I ask some questions, have people share about what's going on with them. And the whole point is to establish a community of people with ADHD, adults with ADHD, to support each other in enjoying life. So I'll post a link to the group on a comment as soon as I finish here, and I hope you come and look at this and join if it appeals to you. So I think that's it. If I've forgotten anything, I'll pick it up on Monday. So have a great weekend. Enjoy being here with you today. Hope this was helpful. Oh, hi, Jill. Welcome. And if there's something you'd like to hear me talk about, or you have questions about today's talk, please leave comments. Let me know what you like, what your questions are. And one last thing, if you'd like to connect further with me on a one-on-one basis, type #connect in a comment, and I'll be in touch, and we'll set up a time to talk. And if you're watching this as replay, please type in #replay so I know you were here. So again, have a great weekend, and I'll see you at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time on Monday. Bye-bye.